Hello guys, my name is Val and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're feeling great, I hope you're not sick, and I hope everything is fantastic, wherever you are. I uploaded one more PowerPoint lesson on Teachers Pay Teachers, well, my store on Teachers Pay Teachers, and also a lesson plan. So this lesson is designed for grade 1, 2 students, and also I think it's going to work for kindergarten students. So very, very low level. It's the very first lesson you want to teach when you are at school. You know, from my own experience and from the experience other teachers told me, the first day at school can be very intimidating. Sometimes, you know, the first day can be difficult. You may not have a lot of experience, you may not know what you're doing, and you feel nervous because you want to do a good job. So I am offering a ready-to-go solution, PowerPoint that is going to save you, and which is going to be good. You're going to deliver a very, very good lesson if you follow it in your classroom. And the lesson plan that I included is for those teachers who may not have computer or overhead projector, or they cannot use technology in their classrooms. You know, when I came to China in 2002, like for the first few years, I taught without any technology in class. I just used a piece of chalk, a blackboard. I made a lot of flashcards, and I brought in a lot of, handmade resources to the classroom. Now, it's easy. It's much easier because you can create PowerPoints and you can put everything on the PowerPoint. But I think it's good to have two options. One is PowerPoint, and one is the same lesson, but the one you teach without a PowerPoint. That's why in my when you download the file, you will get you will get two resources. One is PowerPoint and one is lesson plan, which will teach you how to teach this class without PowerPoint. Also, if you want to see how I taught this class, I'm gonna leave a link to the video in the description below. And in my walkthrough, in my PowerPoint lesson walkthrough, I'm going to tell you how I teach this lesson. So all you have to do is to download the file, watch this walkthrough, and see my class, and you will be ready for your very first lesson. So I hope it's gonna help you. So thank you very much, and without a lot of talking, I am going to switch right into the walkthrough. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. I love you all. Thank you. Bye. Well, hello again, and here's my PowerPoint. I really want you to see it before you buy it, because I think it's always good to see what you're getting, right? And I want to be as transparent as possible. So here's the first slide. On the next slide, you can insert your own photo. And change the name to your name. Yeah, so instead of my name is Teacher Val, you can insert your own name. Then I usually divide my class into two teams. You know from my videos that I divide them into boys and girls, but you can do it your way. It can be Team Apple, Team Banana, or whatever works in your class. And then we go through the class rules. I have adapted the class rules for grade 1 and 2. I've simplified them a bit. So rule number 1 is clear your desk. I don't want my kids to have anything on their desks. you know, like the little ones have very short attention spans and they get distracted very easily. So if they have a lot of stuff on their desks, they start playing around. And I don't want that to happen. So yeah, rule number 1 is clear your desk, or keep your desks clean and neat. Rule number 2, be quiet. That's very important. Rule number 3, listen to the teacher. Rule number 4, speak English. Yeah. Rule number 5, raise your hand if you want to answer the question. And these are the rules. Now also, I have the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown. This is a classroom management technique which works really, really well in class. So I pre-teach them this chant. When teacher Val says 5, feet on the floor. When teacher Val says 4, hands on the desk. When teacher Val says 3, eyes on me. When teacher Val says 2, listen to me. And when teacher Val says 1, be quiet. And you can drill this a couple of times until they remember it. So 5, feet on the floor. 4, hands on the desk. 3, eyes on me. 2, listen to me. 1, be quiet. And every time your class gets a bit rowdy, just stop teaching and go through the chant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're going to have a nice and quiet class. Warm-up. Your warm-up doesn't have to be the same as your lesson topic. It's just something to get your students in the mood. So for the first grade, I usually do TPR. You can see it in my video. We do like 5 or 6 actions. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, clap your hands, turn around, something like this. You can start with 4 actions and then every week you can add 1 more action to your warm-up. Also in grade 1, I teach phonics. I teach 4 letters in each class. Because in China, they start learning English in grade 3. In grade 1 and 2, they're learning pinyin, or the like the romanized version of Chinese characters. So they don't learn English in grade 1 and 2 in public schools, in normal schools, because they don't want them to get confused between pinyin and English alphabet. So, but I mean, like in some schools, they do start teaching English in grade 1. Usually foreign teachers do that. And yeah, I think it's a good idea to start with phonics. So I teach 4 letters and I go pretty much A, apple, apple. And the next one, B, ball, ball. C, cat, cat. D, dog, dog. And then there is a really cool song called Phonics Song. Here's the link. You can copy paste it into your browser and then you can insert the link into your PowerPoint and you can play the first 4 letters for your students. Now we get to the teaching part. And we start with new words. So we pre-teach 4 actions. Super! Fine. Okay. And bad. All right, so after that, we play a game to reinforce it. It's called Quick Say. So the teacher, you can say, I say the emotion and you say the number. So for example, the teacher says super, and your student should say 1, and then you say bad, and the students say 4. And then you switch. You say the number and the students say emotions. Now it's time to remove the flashcards from the blackboard, because you need to have a clean blackboard to write sentences, yeah? If you're using a PowerPoint free lesson. So I pre-teach 2 actions, heads down and heads up. Heads down, heads up. Yeah, if you're using the PowerPoint, it's also a good activity to drill new vocabulary words, yeah? So here's how it works. So you tell your class, heads down, and then you click and remove one of the flashcards or one of the images on your PowerPoint. And then you say, heads down. And then you say, what's missing? What's missing? And they need to tell you the word that's missing. And then you click on your clicker again, and the image comes back. And then you say, heads down. Then the next word, heads up. What's missing? One more time, heads down. What's missing? Yeah, so you can play it this way. Next part is sentences. So in this section, in this part, you're teaching sentences. You're teaching the sentence structure, and you need to break it down. So it's best if you use TPR for each word. For example, I am, and then super. So I am super. Next one, I am fine. Next one, I am okay. And I am bad. So here's the sentence structure. After that, you can, you can teach the question, how are you? Or you can come up with any TPR you want. And here we are drilling the dialogue. How are you? I am super. So, for example, the teacher asks a question and then you do a choral drill. The whole class is supposed to say, I am super. Or you can do some like TPR actions. Again, if you want to see how I do it in my class, click on the link and watch the video. So we go through the vocabulary, through the dialogues. And we finish our class with a game time, which is called Roll and Say. You display this on the board. And for this, you need a die, yeah? So you decide who goes first, boys or girls, or Team Apple, Team Banana. Then, depending on whoever wins, you invite the student to come to the front of the class, and then the student rolls a die. If the student gets, let's say, 4, then you ask the student, how are you? But I think it's best if you involve the whole class, and if the whole class asks the question, how are you? And then the student needs to come up with a full sentence. I am bad, right? And they get 4 points in this case, yeah, because they rolled 4. Then you invite someone from another team, they roll a die, and let's say they get 2, right? And then you ask your class to ask the question, how are you? And yes, the student should say, I am fine. So yeah, and you play this game until the end. Usually, I don't know, like I usually have maybe 5 or 7 minutes left before the class ends. So, you know, I play this game not for too long, just for, I don't know, 5 or 7 minutes. And this way I can be guaranteed that they got the target language that I wanted them to learn. Okay, so this is the end of the PowerPoint. This is what you will be getting if you decide to buy it. Well, thank you very much and enjoy your classes. Have a great day. Bye.